Hello and welcome back to another top table duels. So now we have a best of 3 ranked match. This one is going to be Dracoslayer, Pendulum Dracoslayer versus Swordsoul Tenyi. So up in the blue we have our Pendulum Dracoslayer player. He's going to be starting off with I'm assuming is an okay hand, but obviously he's playing his secret villages here. So it's going to be Skapazorro at 422, and our Swordsoul Tenyi player is HAVN at 769, so not technically a high-ranked duel, but two guys who've been playing a little bit. So let's go ahead and kick it off here real fast. So our Dracoslayer player is going to be starting off first. He says thinking. So he sets up his scales, Luster Pendulum to pop Perform Impel Odd-Eye Seer, to add another one. Going to kick it off. And because something was destroyed, he's going to special summon Astrograph Sorcerer, get Astrograph Sorcerer's effect, going to add another Odd-Eye Seer. And then he's going to activate Odd-Eye's Pendulum Revolution Dragon, send that one to the graveyard, pay 500, add Master Pendulum Slayer Dracoslayer to his hand, activate another Seer, activate Seer's effect to add Odd-Eye's Revolution Dragon back to hand. That is an effective combo line there. Definitely stacking up his extract face up a lot. So as you can see here, he ends on an underwhelming board. So I'm guessing that was not a great start, especially for Dracoslayer Pendulum. But he does end with the secret village of the spellcasters. I'm kind of wondering what else he plays in his deck to go into that. So our Swordsoul player has, had he started with literally any Swordsoul monster, he probably could have played. But because Secret Village of the Spellcasters is up, he's just going to have to pass it off. So he links off in the Monk of the Tenyi off of Adhara, and it's going to kick our opponent's turn off. And he actually gets into his Dracoslayer engine by getting Dynamite Power Load. Opponent says, I got to think about this. So at this point, he's probably wondering, do I black out the scales? Instead, he imperms Astrograph Sorcerer. He doesn't want Astrograph Sorcerer. She's coming in and then she wants. Yep. Alright. So he grabs, obviously, uses Luster to get another power load. Here he's going to Exy summon over into Master Paladin, activate its effect to get a search on end phase, and then activates another effect to special summon one from top of the extra deck, getting out his other power load. He's probably going to go into the Sorcerer at this point. Yep. Sorry, Beyond the Pendulum Spellcaster. So he can get his Perform Pal Pendulum Sorcerer. Man, I remember when this card came out, when Perform Pal was just such a great deck for all of about 2 weeks. When it was the most dominant deck. And then they decided they had to do some massive bans. So he's going to special summon Pendulum Sorcerer. Pendulum Sorcerer is probably going to pop just one to get his Perform Pal Odd-Eyes Dissolver. I wonder how many cards actually say Perform Pal. Comment below how many cards say Perform Pal Odd-Eyes or Odd-Eyes in the name. Not just Perform Pal, just Odd-Eyes. How many different Odd-Eyes there are, and how many are Perform Pal Odd-Eyes? I want to know that. I feel like Konami's just been printing, and they printed so many bad ones. So at this point, he's going to Swordsoul Blackout by tributing one, and the second one he's going to pick his Pendulum, Beyond the Pendulum. So at this point, all the effects of any cards in your Pendulum zones are negated. Yep. So he's negated Pendulum Zone cards. The ones that were in there. So he's going to fusion into Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon. Get back his Odd-Eyes Revolution Dragon. Oh, no, just kidding. He says in the impermanent zone. So he's going to spin back the, Ignis or Prominence to spin back Heavenly Spheres. Then he's going to special summon out his other one. It should be in defense position. In also turn, you can special summon one Dracoslayer monster from your deck in defense position. So he screws that up. Neither one of them catch that that's supposed to be in defense position. So don't comment below. That should have been in defense position. We know that. All right. So in phase, he's going to search his Celestial Magician, another Performance Pal card that has probably been printed in the past few years. They just keep printing more. So first thing he's going to do is he's going to stop out. He's going to infinite impermanence that because he's only got his Swordsoul Emergence to make sure that this gets through. Of course, he did have triple text down, so had it been negated, he probably could have played. He's going to activate Taya. He's probably going to banish the Blackout. Yeah, banish the Blackout so he gets himself a second tuner token on the field. And then he's going to special summon into Baxia. Baxia is going to bounce both the Odd Eyes Vortex and the Dynamister Power. And then the Taya is going to send the Ashuna. So Ashuna is going to activate because he controls a token. Special summon out Nahata. And then he's going to activate Adhara, probably to add back the Ashuna. Yep, going to add back the Ashuna to hand. And then he's going to Synchro Summon into Swordsoul Grandmaster Chihao. Chihao is going to add Long Yuan. Long Yuan now has discard fodder. It's likely going to go into the Tenyi. Sorry, he's going to he's going to pop his Long Yuan to go into his Nayada because he wants to go into his Draco Berserker of the Tenyi, which can make a second attack and boost itself. Yep. Take a significant amount of damage, and that's going to wrap up the game. So he's able to successfully OTK, coming down from almost nothing. So this side, going into game 2. Skapazorro is going to obviously ask to go first, and this time I think he definitely has a better hand. I think saying Ignis Phoenix is probably one of the better hands you can have. So he's going to Shifter here, so everything that should go to the extra deck is going to get banished, which is going to cut off some of his fusion summon plays a little bit. I think if this what's happened into your play line, he does draw. I guess he did that. Yeah, so he didn't Shifter. Yeah, he didn't Shifter until the main phase after the Sky Iris, because he wanted to make sure that he got that banish effect. So he's going to activate Magispector Raccoon. Yep. And he's going to Pendulum Summon. Yeah, so he sets his Perform Pal Solarcer and his Ignis Phoenix as his scales. And then he's going to Pendulum Summon 2. Activate Majesty Pegasus the Dracoslayer to add a field spell, any field spell, which is obviously still ridiculously broken. I think this is probably the better way to play this deck. And then if it were me, I'd probably go into like Baguska or something. So you lock out monster effects, you lock out spell effects. Yeah. And so at this point, your opponent has to find a way out of this. So he's got 2 spellcasters, so basically you're going to have to find a way out of this without using monster effects. Alright, so HAVN sets his impermanence, sets his Tenyi Spirit Adhara, and says, it's your turn. Standby phase, number 41 detaches the Celestial Magician. He normal summons the Harmonizing Magician, probably going to go into the Pendulum. Oh no, so he's going to Ignister Prominence here. He's going to want to spin that back row. Oh no, he's gonna special summon first. He says okay. Yep, so now he's going into Beyond the Pendulum. Beyond the Pendulum, paying his 1200, adding. Forgets to pay for it. Doesn't take his damage. I'm assuming he's hardened thought into his combo line and just forgot that he needs to take 1200. We'll see if that comes up a little bit later in the duel. Maybe HAVN loses this one just because it wasn't thought out. So he goes into an Appaloosa Goddess. So I'm confused at how he's normal summoning here. It looks like he just did a second normal summon. Maybe I missed. Comment below, did I miss something? I could have swore he normal summoned his harmonizing magician before he kicked this combo off. And then he just normal summoned again. So I think he just attempted 2 normal summons in one game. So didn't take his 1200, did 2 normal summons. Not too great. Alright. So at this point, there's not a way out of this. Yeah, I think had he not done that second normal summon, he could have used the pot and maybe try to play out of that. So that Dame definitely probably would have gone a little differently. skapazorro definitely cheated his way out of that one. But neither player seemed to catch it that long in the combo that he did 2 normals. Okay. Alright, so HAVN is going first this time. He's gonna Swordsoul Moyi, make his token. skapazorro says okay to all, basically telling me he has no hand traps. And then he goes for Strategist Long Yuan because he obviously wants that free. He wants the free draw off of Chi King Long Yuan. Ki Ching. Someone tell me phonetically how to say that down below. All right, so yeah, lose 1200. Can grab his blackout and then draws 2 cards. Set 3. His opponent takes his 12. Now his opponent's taking this 12 damage. He needs to take another 12 from last game. And then, so skapazorro is immediately going to go into Lava Golem, trimming off both of his opponent's monsters. And from the look of his hand, he definitely has what could be a fairly consistent board with only, with only 1 interruption from the impermanence. So he sets up his scales with Majesty Pegasus and Ignis Phoenix. Gonna activate Ignis's effect. Special summon Majesty Pegasus from hand. So Majesty Pegasus is gonna activate her field effect. And this is gonna be met with an impermanence. So then he sets Power Load as the other scale, activates Power Load card, and allows him to special summon the other Pegasus from the zone. And then he's gonna special summon so he's gonna special summon out his Ignis to Prominence. Does that turn that into a tuner? Let me know down below. How did he special summon it? So he had 2 of those. Special summon it. You can shuffle in 1. Oh yeah, so that makes it a tuner, doesn't it? Yep. It's treated as a tuner. Okay. Yep. I'm silly. I forgot that it has that effect that turns it into a tuner. Alright, so we missed a little bit. He goes into Beyond the Pendulum after he does a special summon off of Ignis to Prominence, which special summons Luster Pendulum from the deck, which allows him to go into Beyond the Pendulum. Pendulum summons 3. Yep, so he declared the effect Beyond the Pendulum again, and again fails to pay for Beyond the Pendulum. I don't think he's read the card that says he has to pay another 1,200 life points because he keeps forgetting to do so. We'll see if that comes up later in the game. So he summons Luster Pendulum into Majesty Paladin, activates effect for end phase search, and then activates effect to special summon 1 from the extra deck face up. Probably at this point, yeah. So he's going to contact fusion into Dynasty Power. Dynasty Power's effect is special summon back the Luster Dracoslayer from the graveyard. That one can be put in attack mode. And then he's going to link off 3. Oh nope, he decides against that. I'm sorry, no, yes, he's going to link. He's going to link away 1, 2. Yeah, sorry for the third one because she can be done with 2. And then Celine, he sent 1 too many. Celine will special summon. Celine does a special summon in defense mode. So Majesty Pegasus should be in defense mode, but it doesn't matter. And then he's going to bring out. He's going to bring out his Borreload Savage Dragon. Borreload Savage Dragon is going to trigger, which grabs his Beyond the Pendulum to add to it as 0. And then he's going to activate Secret Village of the Spellcasters, running over his Lava Golem and then getting in for damage. Alright, so Skapazorro should be down another 1200. I need to send him an email and let him know that that effect burns him for 1200. Alright, HAVN draws for turn, draws into his 10E Spirit Vishuddha. So at this point, he really just needs to burn through the one Borreload Savage Negate. He's gotta get that. So he takes off one, doesn't actually trigger effect, just says, hey, that's good. So then 10E Spirit will go into it. Will special summon itself, go into the Monk of the 10E. At this point, 10E Spirit Vishuddha can banish itself, bouncing the Secret Village of the Spellcasters, which is going to turn on our Heavenly Dragon Circle and our Swordsoul Emergence. So he's going to banish Adhara to add back Vishuddha to hand because he owns 10E Monk, and he's going to activate Swordsoul Emergence. Grab his Taya. Taya's effect activates, banishing the Long Yuan. And then that's going to go into Baxia, so now he's going to get to spend 2, and he's going to get to send one of his other 10E to grave. Yeah, so in this instance, he's going to send a Shuna to grave. And then Baxia is going to hit the... so he's going to destroy or try to tribute the Monk of the 10E to go into Mo-Yi. Mo-Yi is going to summon his token. It's going to go into Chi-Hao. Chi-Hao gets his free jaw. And then... Chi-Hao gets his search Long Yuan. Mo-Yi gets the free draw. And at this point, that should be enough for the OTK. Yep. Alright, so he's going to spend 2 more, and that's going to wrap up the game. Yep, and that's more than enough. So that 1200 damage didn't really come into play there. Overall, I think the Swordsoul player did a really good job, just kind of really showing the power of the deck, what it can come back from, especially after a couple of those board wipes. I do like this this deck version. I don't know how many were playing Secret Village of the Spellcaster. I haven't been really looking at the Dynamite deck too much. I know it's done some things in the TCG, but I do think that's a really great way to play into the Secret Village of the Spellcasters. But overall, let me know what y'all think, how the play was, and let me know what y'all think about Swordsoul this format, and what you guys think about the Dynamite. Or sorry, not the Dynamite, yeah, the Dracoslayer deck this format. Again, thanks for spending your time watching with me. I'll see you guys next time.
Thank you for watching. Try some of these other great duels. If you like what you saw, give us a like and subscribe.